Hi loves, and welcome to my channel. My name is Erica. This is GypsyCowgirlTarot. I am a psychic medium and a healer. I hope that everyone is doing amazing at this time. You guys have seen the title, so you guys know why you're here. This reading is a collective message for twin flames, okay? For the twin flame collective. You know, whether you are or are not a twin flame, you may resonate with this. If you are dealing with a divine counterpart, on any level, okay? None are better or not, you know, they're just different. They're different, right? But I am connecting to the twin flame energies and the twin flame collective through this message. And the message that I received from the divine masculine at this time is I'm really struggling. Okay, so it's coming from their point of view. I'm really struggling with my self-worth and value in regards to this connection, this union, and to my divine feminine counterpart. I'm getting crash and burn. There's been a lot going on in their 3D reality. Obviously, they're awakening, going through spiritual awakening. That's intensifying greatly. It has been for a while now, and as each day passes, it's getting stronger and stronger and stronger, especially right now, even though this is a timeless message, so when it finds you is when you're meant to find it. We are in the eclipse portal, okay? We had the new moon solar eclipse, like a week ago or whatever, and then we are gearing up, I believe, next weekend or somewhere around there. I think it's the 28th. I don't know. The full moon lunar eclipse, okay, in Taurus. There's a lot of shifts taking place within themselves, and it's outwardly reflecting in their 3D reality, okay? Tower moments. Things being broken down, you know, foundations that they have built their lives upon that are faulty, that are not, you know, meant to last, are crumbling, okay? It's like the rug is being pulled out from under their feet and they're just like, you know, falling backwards here, okay? Sorry guys, I can feel I have like a hair or something in my eye. So it's a trying time for many in the collective, but for the divine masculine in particular, they're feeling a lot of insecurity, old wounds coming up, you know, that need to be healed and tended to, because in a twin flame journey, you guys mirror each other, right? Like you are reflecting back to them their deepest insecurities and fears and things that need to be healed. The masculine reflected back to the feminine parts of self that needed to be addressed with self-love and emotional healing, and you know, things like that, right? So it's like they're detaching from ego-based dualistic living and thinking, but it's very confusing. And it's like one moment they may have, you know, they might be like feeling like all in their power and like good and like, okay, I got this, I can do this. And then like the next day they wake up or whatever and there's been a shift again where they're like maybe down and out and feeling like very unworthy of the changes, of stepping out of the comfort zones, okay? There is a temptation to just play it safe and stay where it's safe. But at the same time, they're so connected to their higher self and their heart's so activated and everything's, you know, aligning, right? That it's like they can't do that. So there's this like push pull, like, you know, kind of like tug of war type energy that I'm getting. But the masculine specifically, I received the download of, I love you, but I do not feel worthy of this love. I do not feel good enough for you. They view their feminine in a very high regard and hold the feminine in a very high regard because they feel the divine feminine's energy on a very high level, which is what it is, right? So let's see what comes out in the cards, but I am feeling that very strongly. I'm feeling a lot of sadness anxiety, fear of losing the divine feminine to another person, or being too late, or I've taken too long, or, oh, another thing that I'm getting is a lot of shame. Like they're very shameful of their choices and actions that they have shown to you and that they have created in their own life, okay? Specifically for a lot of you guys, karmic partnerships, right? Dating karmic people, or going back and or staying in a, you know, an unhappy karmic marriage that has crumbled and fallen apart, but they're clinging to what they've known, right? Well, that is what's being broken down, not just with them, but for all of us, right? We can't hide in the comfort zones anymore. There's nowhere to hide. The light is shining everywhere, right? You can't hide in the little corners or go into your cave, you know, because if you try to do that, you're going to be bonked on the head by the universe with tower moments, right? So let's just see, what is the masculine? Just give me the energy around the divine masculine at this time. Judgment. See, they're judging themselves. I'm telling you, you guys, it came through very strongly. If you're new here, welcome in, my loves. Be sure to subscribe. You don't want to lose the channel. But I'm a psychic medium, so I, you know, and connect to, you know, visions, the weather, whatever it is. Okay, that's how I receive my messages and readings 99.9% of the time. Or I literally hear messages coming through from the collective energies. So judgment. Okay, so they are facing judgment. They are under judgment. They are making judgment calls in their life. I'm getting cleanup crew. So it's like they are cleaning things up and they are bettering themselves and starting to embody more of that self-love, like on higher levels. But there's a struggle here. There's definitely a struggle for the twin flame collective masculine energies right now. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges, okay? So they are understanding that this is a very unique connection. This is something stronger than anything they've ever felt in their life. I just saw 711, 711. Could be resonant. Maybe you guys are seeing it a lot. I've been seeing it quite a bit lately, actually, too. But it's them judging themselves, okay? In regards to this connection and relationships, okay? But I'm also getting, again, like I said, cleanup, where they're calling judgment on the relationships and old patterns and cycles in their own lives right now as well, okay? It's like the more that they heal and the more that they break down these things, okay? Like 3D partners or karmic partnerships and karmic patterns and just ways of thinking and old patterning and, you know, matrix conditioning and all this stuff, right? It's also at the same time, like, okay, well, if I'm changing all this and I feel like I gotta change all this, then I have to start new beginnings and I have to shift and I have to, you know, reach out to my divine feminine or reconnect and, you know, do this and do that, right? So again, there's this like, you know, where they're doing it, but this over here brings up fear, okay? And worry and self-doubt and all of that. But they are placing judgment calls on the outer relationships in their life. Judging the relationship with themselves too, though, you know, again, it's just like they view the feminine as like this pillar of light, this, you know, beautiful, you know, embodiment of divinity and angelic presence and healing and, you know, all these things, right? And they feel like very, at times, and right now I'm getting it pretty heavily, very insecure about being on the same level with you, even though they are. They don't know that they are. Like, on a soul spiritual level, they are right there with you. They're just as powerful. They are, you know, light workers. They're very psychic. They're healers, you know, shamans. Like, they have all of this stuff that, you know, it's all also as well, like intuitively on a, you know, subconscious level, maybe even like they're fearful of their own power. Okay. Like stepping back into that. Right. So let's see what else here comes up. Ooh. Patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. So it's almost like the masculine is coming through and saying to the feminine, I know that you've been very patient. And I have so much gratitude and love and appreciation towards you in regards to that, and for showing me the way on such a beautiful, high divine level, right? But there's also something about running out of patience. They could be very irritable right now. You guys, that's another thing too, the feminine, I feel, right? Because you guys are connected, right? Like in this way. If they're going through a rough time or a rough patch or a breakup or whatever it is, the feminine on their side can feel that, sense that, okay? You can embody that even, like if the masculine is in a state of protection, protecting themselves, the feminine might be feeling like, you know, maybe physically, like, okay, an example would be like maybe gaining weight, putting on a few pounds, because it's like the masculine goes into this protective mode of self, right? Maybe the feminine puts on a few pounds of that protective energy, right? So again, I'm just giving examples. So, you know, take what resonates for you, but for sure you feel it and they feel it. When they're on a, you know, when they're vibing higher, you can feel that too. But you've been feeling, for many of you guys, if you're twin flames, the low of the masculine, okay? And you know, we've all been experiencing tower moments and just different things where the divine is redirecting us onto our higher paths and true paths, right? So for all of us, things crumbling, falling apart, being broken down, we have to release, patterning that doesn't serve us any longer, whatever it is, right? They're feeling this on a very, very profound level right now. So it's like you're the safe space and you're like this home, you feel like home, you're my home energy and I want to come home. But at the same time, it's like, okay, let's say it's like a, you know, someone runs away from home, right? And they're gone for a few days and then they want to come back, but they're embarrassed and they have to face their parents and they, you know, it's like, that's kind of what I'm getting. It's like, now I have to face the music. Okay. Forgiveness. They're having a hard time forgiving themselves for their past, what they feel like is mistakes they've made. Okay, it's like what I'm getting is like, I have a lot of skeletons in my closet that you don't know about. And I feel like, you know, you won't want me if you know these things, or if I am vulnerable and share these things, right? So it's judgment. They're projecting judgment on themselves that they're like making up in their minds from the feminine. Does that make sense? And the feminine is not coming from a place of judgment. The feminine is coming from a place of holy, divine, unconditional love, right? The feminine understands. The feminine is not going to condemn or, you know, try to reprimand the masculine in any type of way. That's what karmics do. That's what karmic soulmates do, right? They will take your pains and your fears and your insecurities and your past, and they will rub it in your face over and over and over again, right? It truly is like that. Whereas the feminine wants to bring love and light and healing, tenderness. The feminine does bring a forgiving energy, but the masculine is living in that fear-based way of thinking of going, they're not going to want me. They're not going to forgive me. I've screwed up too many times, or I've come in and out. I ghosted them. I, you know, never responded to their message, or I breadcrumbed, or, you know, I went back to a karmic partner, or I dated karmic people. You know, I'm sure the feminine, you know, feels like I chose this person over this or this, that. They're so ashamed and in the head kind of what they're feeling are mistakes, okay? Not seeing fully that they're just lessons, that they're lessons that were meant to happen for them to heal. Okay, change. So change is taking place, change is happening, and they want you to know that. But like I said, the thought of the change, of actually implementing that change, like creating change with you, bringing change to the connection, shifting the energy, bringing balance, communication, okay? That also brings up like fear energy and anxiety energy. All right. So it's on the bottom, blame. See, they're blaming themselves right now. And they're projecting that like the feminine's gonna blame me, they're not gonna forgive me, you know, am I crazy? Is this all in my head? Like, You know, they're playing the blame game. They're playing the blame game, but they're blaming themselves, judging themselves, feeling very insecure about their past and how they've been living and how they've treated you. Okay, so let's see what else comes out. I'm going to do some tarot. Let's do some Light Seers tarot. Haven't used Light Seers in a few days. Okay. So if this is resonating with you, my loves, of course, thank you for, look at that. Big enlightenment here, okay? You are the joy, the light of their life, the joy of their life, you know? What's that Chris Stapleton song? Isn't it like Joy of My Life or something like that? Or You Are the Joy of My, I don't know. I'm getting that. A song that came through last night for me. Was it Jake Owen? Oh my gosh. Now I can't think of the title of it. When we don't got what we want, or, oh my gosh. Okay. I will pin it down in the comments. So if you're watching this video, it's there. Okay. And this is the song I'm talking about. But he talks about how like, we always want what, we always want what we don't have or what we can't have or whatever. And then he's like, like the grass is always greener in the neighbor's yard, and this and that. And he's like, if I could go back, I'd take, I'd give anything. I'd give anything to take it all back just to have her again. It's like, those aren't the exact words, but that's the gist of the message. And that's what they're feeling right now. They're feeling a lot of that, and they're blaming themselves. They're going, it's like, what I'm hearing is like, you stupid fool, like, and it's like, they should not be blaming themselves. And if you're a divine masculine watching this, stop it. Don't blame yourselves. Forgive yourselves. And know that if this is a true divine twin flame journey union, right? Your divine feminine has unconditional love for you and will not hold grudges or blame or judgment upon you, right? All you have to do is be vulnerable and move forward victoriously and balanced towards your feminine, okay? So things are speeding up here, right? On a 5D level, ramping up things. They want to come charging forward, but they're scared. They've been through a lot. The walls are coming down, but they still have a little bit of like this guarded energy when it comes to the divine feminine, okay? Even it's like they know that they can open up to you and trust you, and they feel that, but then they get in the brain and the ego goes, oh no, don't do it. It's kind of like that. They're also afraid to come forward because for some, it's like they're speechless. They don't know exactly what to say. They can't find the words. And it's also because they've been so quiet. You haven't talked to this person. There's been a big, separation or disconnect, right? I'm hearing for months, right? And again, if this is a true twin flame journey, this is not someone you speak to daily and, get together with and break up and get together. You've been in a separation phase of the journey where there's little to no contact. There's a lot of avoidance, okay? A lot of rejection of the true love here, okay? You have 4-4 back to back. So they're thinking about this, like how they rejected this, basically rejected the feminine and their love, right? And how they were, they're not happy, okay? There's a lot of just discontent, unhappiness, boredom in their life, but they were still like focused on these cups over here. And that's why they're judging themselves and blaming too, okay? A lot of these masculines have gone through a breakup, separation, or they're going through it right now and they're in a state of healing, okay? When they think of you, it brings forth happiness and joy and that healing, beautiful vibration and energy to them. But they're having a hard time anchoring that into the 3D reality and taking action with it. They are looking out to the future and setting intentions here and planning. They are doing that, okay? But they're struggling with the strength and their power and following what's true in their heart. Feeling, you know, like a child, or not like a child, but like a little boy, let's say, compared to this, like, you know, goddess of a woman, okay, if you want to say that, right? But there is a lot of manifesting, daydreaming, you know, thinking about what it would be like, you know, and feeling that love on a deep level, right? They want to bring forth communication, okay, but they don't want, it's like they're putting a lot of pressure on this communication. Like, if I say one wrong thing, you know, I could ruin everything, and then that's it, I've lost my chance, right? So if you're a masculine watching this, stop pressuring yourself too much. Just be open and forward and speak from the heart to your divine feminine. What's on your heart? Don't try to overthink or come from the ego, or, you know, try to sound all one way, you know, just be real and authentic. That is the secret sauce. That is what brings this to fruition in 3D reality, right? So that's it. It's like, you know, because what they're used to is they're used to bullshitting people. You know, let's say they have him with a karmic energy, right? It's like a karmic says, I love you. And the masculine inwardly goes, oh, well, I have love for you, but I'm not in love with you. But, you know, I used to really love you, but now I don't, you know. And because they don't want to deal with stuff in that moment, they'll say, I love you too. But inside, it's like something completely opposite, right? They're used to saying things out of the ego, and they can't do that with you. And that scares them as well, right? It brings up that fear of being real and authentic, okay? But they know that they have to speak from the heart and come from the heart. Okay. So show me what this masculine, show me a little bit more about overcoming this fear-based thinking, insecurity, self-doubt, and blame, and judging of self. They're healing this. They're healing this. But just right now, they're just kind of having a rough time. You know why? Because they're so close to taking action and to communicating and reaching out. It's dredging up all of this, like, brain. It's all coming from the brain and the ego of, you know, what if I say the wrong thing and they don't want me? And, oh, I'm not good enough. And, oh my gosh, you know, they know I've been with this person and been in a very, you know, dysfunctional thing or whatever, you know, they're too good for me. They're too good for me. You know, I'm not on their level. You know, they start backpedaling and like talking themselves out of it, kind of in a sense, in that way. Oh my gosh, look, I stopped shuffling and it's the Lover's card. Major Arcana energy. See, all of this stuff here is, these three cards here, especially, it's minor arcana. It's minor arcana. It's not, this right here trumps it, okay? This right here trumps it. There's predominantly green energy on this card, which is the heart chakra, okay? So it's like they're predominantly coming from a heart space and in the heart and feeling all the things and wanting to speak from the heart, okay? But there's still a little bit of, you know, that like residue of who they've been and the past and, you know, that, you know, fear-based thought thinking and, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, the Lovers, it's making a big decision and choice in love to come forward, to, you know, have this new beginning with you. They are planning to reach out and strategize. I can feel it, you know, and this is collective, right? So this is an overall energy. It's not going to be for every single person here, right? I'm reading for thousands of people, right? So take what really feels like intuitively and in your heart, like, yeah, I feel that, right? Okay. For some of you guys, maybe your person is in a place of confusion, and maybe for some of you guys, they're not even gonna reach out, you know? I mean, I'm just being real. Like, you know, I know, I mean, there's predominantly the energy here that comes to the channel and that is on here and that will be coming through, you know, through all space and time. It is predominantly like really deep soul connections, old souls, twin flames, past life soulmates, things like that. But there's definitely some people here who, you know, feel that they're on this journey or think they're on this journey, and it's just obsession over a karmic energy. I see it in the comments. I can feel the energy. But like I said, that's a smaller group of people, right? The predominant energy here is the other. It's, like I said, past life soulmates or twin flames and just, you know, very old souls or whatever it is, right? Divine unions, we'll just say that. Okay, so the energy here is like they're kind of like stuck in a little bit of a rut with the head, right? But the heart and the love, it will overcome that. This is temporary, is what I want to say. Okay. I just saw the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. If you guys want to hone in on your own personal, you know, twin flame journey or whatever it is, right? You can find the information in the description box below to book a reading with me. I do offer several different services. So, all right, here we go. Look at that. See? Back and forth. Back and forth. Okay? They've never, you know, it's their feeling of the passion, the love, the, you know, and they've never felt this before. Neither has the feminine. But see, the feminine is like farther along in their, you know, awakening and healing and, you know, kind of like that, right? So it's like now they have to catch up. They feel that kind of imbalance here, and that can maybe intimidate them. But it's not stopping them, all right? They are keeping themselves busy right now. I feel trying to distract themselves, right? A lot of them. I feel too that a lot of like the karmic endings and stuff are keeping them busy because, you know, I'm getting like, you know, figuring things out, having to, you know, look for places to live or helping a karmic energy move out or just different things like that, plus work, plus maybe kids or whatever responsibilities this person has, you know. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, so they could be feeling a little overwhelmed as well. Feminines, you might be feeling moments of that as well from your masculine, of overwhelm, maybe bouts of anxiety where it comes out of nowhere, or a bout of sadness where you're just like, why am I so sad all of a sudden? Because it's not you. It's coming from that side. That's why it's so important, right, for the feminine to stay in the place of being present and in the heart, and, you know, and we're on our own journeys, right, individually, right? You know, so we have our own lives and different things that might come up that, you know, do create maybe a tower moment for us or sadness or moments of anxiety for us, right, where it's not the masculine. You can tell the difference. Like, you know, if you're on this journey, you can feel your energy versus their energy, you know. And yeah, sometimes it could be a little confusing, maybe, okay? But for the most part, it's pretty easy to discern, I feel. Three of Wands, yeah. There's something coming in. Page of Wands, yeah. There it is. Two of Cups. There it is. Yeah, there's something coming in. Okay. So it's like they're working on getting out of their own way. They're working on getting out of their own way. Okay. They realize that it's them and them alone that creates, you know, their reality and destiny and what they want in their life, which is being with the divine feminine in, you know, sacred union, in the physical, not just in the 5D. That's already happened. That's already strong. You know, they're feeling this so heavily. Okay. But she's like waiting for the perfect wave, right? That's what they've been doing. They've been waiting for the perfect wave. And I feel like the masculine is going to conquer this little last bit, kind of what I want to say, of residual ego stuff. Okay. And fear-based thinking, not feeling good enough and going, oh, they're not going to want me. And, oh, you know, that, you know, what if they see the real me and don't want me, or, you know, this and that. They're going to get out of their own way with that. And I feel like this right here, the Page of Wands, is my screw it, I'm just going to do it card. I always say that. Screw it, I'm just going to do it. So instead of just like sitting and waiting for the right time and making excuses and, you know, getting in the head and doing all the stuff, it's like an impulsive almost action of going, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to reach out, send a message, and see what happens, you know? And as I say that, I'm getting fluttering in my heart, in my chest, like sweaty palms. It's that heart racing, like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, you know, what's going to happen? What are they going to say? Okay. That's like where they're at, right? So they're getting through this, but you know, it's like just right now at this moment, they're, you know, there's things that just kind of keep coming up in the mind that they need to overcome, and they will. They are, okay? See? The Devil. This energy here, the love energy, trumps the devil energy that keeps them in this mode right here. They're cutting these strings, okay? But for me, what this is like almost like an obsessive, like they're obsessively thinking, watching you. You probably feel that too. There's a very sexual energy here of lusting and yearning for the feminine as well, wanting to be in physical, sacred union with the feminine, like crazy right now. Okay. See, it's connected to love, secret admirer. That's why I said it's like they're obsessing over it. But it's like secret admirer, right? Like, you know, but I feel, see the white horse. It's funny. Last night after I got done working, I was cleaning up like cards for my last session and reading and everything, right? And I looked out front and there was this cowboy, this cowboy riding by on a all white horse. I was like, are you kidding me? That is such a sign, right? That the masculines are charging in on their white horse. You see the white horse. So I love it. It's so cool. The signs that the universe gives us. Definitely, if this is your message, go check out that song by Jake Owen. I can't think of it right now, but it's beautiful. It's powerful. And the other song that keeps coming through again out of nowhere is by Tyler Childers and it's In Your Love. The song is called In Your Love. And he says, I will wait for you till the sun turns into ashes and bows down to the moon. I will wait for you, right? And he says, like, it's a long, hard road, you know, and I'm just looking for takers. I'm a real bad man. And he says, but basically, and that's what this is. It's like the masculines are having a difficult time of going back and forth of, you know, I deserve this and we belong together and I feel that. And then it goes to the devil where it's like, I'm a bad man. I'm not a good person, you know. I mean, they are though. They're the most beautiful, divine beings with good hearts and wonderful souls, and just they, you know, that but the way that they view themselves, you know, at times it's like, I don't want to be, you know, it's like the devil and the angel, they can't dance together, you know what I mean? So they're getting out of this though, okay? I can feel it. The cards back it up. All right, there's going to be something coming in. Your ship's arriving, okay? Them just saying, screw it, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to press send. I'm going to just pick up the phone and call. I feel for a lot of you guys, it's, yeah, see, these all just fell out. And the one card that I see on the top is the King of Swords. He takes action. It's, I'm hearing a moral obligation. So they feel they have to do this. There's this sense of, I have to do this. I have to know. I have to know one way or the other. I have to know. Okay. But it does scare them a little bit, right? Because they have that fear of, you know, of being rejected, and they don't know how they will handle that, because you are not someone that they can get over because of what this connection is. They feel it on that level, right? So, you know, but they have to get out of their own way and surrender that up and stay in the heart and make their move. And then they will see that the divine feminine is open and receptive, okay? You know, maybe they do owe you an apology, or I don't know what, right? I don't feel they owe the Divine Feminine anything, to be quite honest. But for some of you guys, what I mean by that is they breadcrumbed, or they ghosted you, or they left you on red, or where it was like, what happened? Where'd you go again? You know, where they feel like they need to address that and say, hey, by the way, I'm sorry for, you know, X, Y, and Z, you know, and this is why. And it's like they have to address it and then explain it, like, and be open and vulnerable and truthful and honest, which is his energy. He's truthful, he's honest, he brings justice, he's very honorable, and he takes action. He uses that sword and he takes action. So they're thinking a lot about you right now. And this, like, do not mistake, okay, that they want to come rushing in here, okay? But they're just needing to overcome this, you know, confusion, like, you know, energy that they keep getting stuck in, is what I want to say. So I'm just going to get a few messages from the Divine Masculine before we go. Thank you again, my loves. I hope that this reading resonates. Let me know down below in the comments how it does, how it connects with you, what you're feeling from your masculine, you know, all the things. I love to connect with you guys in the comment section. So I may not reply to everyone's comments because I'm one person and there's a lot of comments and a lot of videos. But I try to at least go through and show love and read and, you know, let you know, hey, I saw your comment, you know. Okay, so masculine, what do you want to say to the feminine at this time? What do you want them to know? And I will wait for you. It's a long, hard road. Oh, alright, but I can grin and bear it, 'cause I know what the hell I'm fighting for. And I will wait for you. So I'm telling you guys, you know, I'll post both of the songs. I'll post both the songs, okay? Because the Jake Owen one, it was like, last night I was cooking dinner. I was like, you know, in my whole element thing, you know. And I said, Siri, I do this. I'll let Siri pick a song. And it's always meaningful. It's always so precise, the words of whatever song comes through, or what comes on out of all the songs in my playlist or whatever, right? So it was that, it was Jake Owen. And I was like, it never fails. It's always the most incredible, miraculous, magical synchronicities. We truly live in such a magical universe, right? Okay. My spirit is always with you. Can you feel me? And do you still love me too? See? Can you feel me? As I'm talking about the music and the songs, you see, they're sending a lot of, pay attention to the words of songs. You'll know it's an intuitive, I mean, you can't miss it. You're like, oh yeah, this is, yeah, or, you know, through different ways that the universe is showing you that your masculine is showing up telepathically, and showing you things through spirit, through their energy, right? Before they come in to be in physical union. There's physical touch in both of these photos. Togetherness, hand in hand, arms in arm, right? So they're letting you know, like, I'm always with you. Can you feel me too? That also confirms what I was saying about, you know, about feeling their energy of, like, you know, if they're going through a difficult time, or there's a lot of sadness, or a lot of, you know, pain around the heart chakra, or whatever it is, right? I'm working on myself so I can give you the love and relationship that you deserve. See? My memories of you haunt me and keep me thinking about what could have been. I have to be in contact with you again. I miss you too much. Okay? I'm trying to move on, but thoughts of you still linger and I can't control them. See, it's like I've been trying to, like, right? I've tried to move on. I've tried to forget, you know, usually with, you know, in life, with past relationships, right? maybe we're heartbroken at first, like if we have a breakup or an ending or whatever, but we can always see past that and into the future. We get over that person, right? These are different. You feel that connection on such a profound level, and it doesn't go away. It gets stronger. It's always been you. I don't know how to tell you the truth. I want a new beginning. See, I don't know how to tell you the truth. That's why it's like an impulsive energy with the Knight of Swords. And when I said that earlier too, I was like, I feel like they're just going to be like, you know what? Like, I'm just going to write out what I feel, or I'm just going to say what I, you know, whatever comes through in that moment. And I'm just going to hit send, because once I hit send, it can't be undone. It's done. It's done. It's done. Right? That's what I'm getting here. Okay. So it's always been you. Okay. I don't know how to tell you the truth. I want a new beginning with you. And bottom of the deck, very last card here. I fantasize about getting a second chance with you. Yeah, absolutely. And then, ooh, I have awakened to our connection. I know we have a timeless bond between us. So massive confirmation here for the Twin Flame Collective. Like I said, you know, Twin Flame or not, if you're here watching this, more than likely you'll resonate with it, right? Especially if you've watched all the way to the end. But this is for, I was connecting to the Twin Flame Collective for this message, because that's what came through from the Twin Flame masculines, of like, I want to be the warrior that I know I am, but at the same time, I am struggling a bit with these inner fears and worries and self-doubts of feeling not good enough, or she's not going to want me, or whatever it is, right? So anyways, but it's not going to stop them. It's not going to stop them. So I love you guys. Thank you again, and I'll see you soon. Mwah.